Hi everybody, this is Steve from Pixelated Games, here to show you a let's play of day 1 of Terraria. So let's get started. First you have to create a character. You can change his hair, eyes, skin, what gender it is, what difficulty you want it on. But for the sake of this I'm just going to go random, look for somebody cool. This guy, yep. And then you hit create, and then I'll call him Steve. This one. You can see I've already got a couple of worlds and a couple of characters. Next to create a world, I'm just going to make a small world and call it let's play day 1. And you see it'll generate, most people have called this a 2D version of Minecraft, which is completely false. This game is like Minecraft, but it's completely different in many different ways. Okay, to start with, you'll notice that you've only got a couple of things. Sometimes you only start with 2 tools, or this time I've started with 3. You can hit escape to open this menu. And okay, to start off the game, you usually want to select 3 or your axe and harvest a lot of wood. You can collect this mushroom because it'll give you health if you ever lose some. As you can see, cutting down trees is a lot easier in this game than in Minecraft. I'll try not to compare this game too much to Minecraft. I'm going to need to make some stairs so I can get back up here. The best thing to do on the first day is to just collect a lot of wood. As you can see underneath me, there's a little cabin with a chest in it, which I'll explore probably a little bit later after I build a shelter. You're also going to need to keep your eye out for this stuff, the cobwebs. You're going to need 50 of them just to make a bed, but it'll take you a while to get that far. So you're just going to have to hopefully build a house close to where you respawn originally before you can make a bed. Okay. Now the game might not tell you this, but space is to jump. I had to look that up on Google because there's no tutorial or instructions, controls, or anything like that. Okay, I find that the best way to do this is to just build a flat platform to build your house on. So you get your pickaxe and chop away whereabouts you want your flat platform for your house. But as you can see, I've built it too low. It's going to go into this underneath cabin. Just going to have to build it a bit higher. I'd say about there. Okay, also you can see this guy standing here. He's in my way. But he is the guide. At the beginning of all your games, he'll appear. And you don't really need him until you go to beat until you go to do the last boss of this difficulty, where you'll have to sacrifice him for into some lava. But that's later on in the game. Okay. flat platform. Also, that guide that we saw earlier, that's down here in the bottom of the screen, if you click on him, he can show you what you could build with what you've got. Like if you have some wood, he can show you that you can build certain things, but you're also going to need this. When you're beginning, it's helpful to know that because it can help you to work out how to build stuff like tables and anvils and anything you really need to play the game. Also, you're going to need to know that daytime in this game is only about 15 minutes. It goes from 4:30 to about 7. And after that is when all the harder monsters come out, for the beginning of the game anyway. Okay, now, with your wood, you don't need to build a floor, but sometimes a floor's good to build. I don't usually build a floor. Okay, to start off with, I'm just going to build a small house. I've worked out that if you build it 2 blocks higher than yourself, that's about the perfect size of a house. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 12 blocks long. That is a perfect size for a room, especially for your NPCs. Okay, so I'll put that there, so I can put a door there. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 11, one more block. Okay, and one more. And down. Okay, you can see how I've left this gap here. That is because you're going to need to press escape, and down here it'll give you the ability to build a crafting bench with 10 wood. You just left click on that once, and you place your bench, and that gives you the ability to make more things. I want 4 doors. A door's 6 wood. It's pretty easy, just to keep things out. But NPCs, like the guide I showed you earlier, they can open and close doors, which sometimes lets enemies in. Okay, just get your axe. Okay, your axe is the only thing that can cut wood. Pickaxe cuts dirt and stone. Swords for hurting enemies, and you can build a hammer. Hammers are to build anything in the background, like tables or these back walls that aren't really good to look at. So you can just edit and change. Makes life a lot easier. I'll just get rid of this disgusting dirt wall because I prefer a wood wall. Okay. Now monsters are still going to spawn in here, even though it's a closed building. That is because you don't have a back wall, so it's not counted as a house. So you just have to go to your table, and the wall will be right at the top. It's like wood wall. Just click on that until you have a bunch of it. Or you can right click and hold, and that'll just zoom through. About 112 should do me. And you just build your wall up. For the time being, I'll just fully wall up one room, so that we have somewhere safe to hide. Okay, you can see how it's getting dark, which is not a good sign. Which means we need to get out here and find some gel so we can make some torches. So I'll just mine my way, destroy a bit of this, so I can get past. Okay. Now getting through here is going to be a bit difficult because it's hard to see, but once you let some sunlight in, it gets a bit easier. Okay, build yourself a little staircase, because if you fall too far you will lose a lot of health. I'm going to collect this cobweb while I'm here, because you need 50 of it to build a bed. Okay, let's see if I can get through here. See, I just smashed a jar, one of these. They usually give you good things. Usually it's coins. I'll explain them maybe in a different episode. Okay, if you right click on this chest that you can very faintly see, it's full of things. And because we're so early in the game, everything's important. So I'm just going to click loot all. And I can even hit, if you have a hammer, you can break the chest and take that with you. There you go. Chest. Okay. More cobwebs. I can't reach them yet, so I'll just leave them. Okay, you see how it's getting really dark now? It's not good to be still looking for gel at this time. So I think I'm just going to have to go into this chest that you can see below me. Hopefully it's got some gel in it so I can make some torches. Torches are like coal if you've ever played Minecraft. Okay, mine down. Okay. Try not to fall, because at the beginning of the game you'll usually spawn near a huge tunnel that leads deep into the earth, and if you fall you'll probably die before you get all the way back up. Okay, since it's dark and I'm running out of time to be looking for gel, I found some glow sticks in that chest back there. Now I could use these instead of lights. It's just less efficient, and well, lights look better. Okay, I'm gonna fall down here. Hopefully this gel's got some. Nope. Gel. Nope. Alright, as you can see, it's getting really dark now. There is a gel down there, but getting down there. Okay, I can select these. Throw. Okay, there's 2 gels down there, which means I'm probably gonna have to go down there if I'm gonna survive this night. Okay. Okay, gel. Looking for gel. Now, usually you can kill these guys with just your pickaxe. Okay, I got some gel. Good. You see this ominous glow? That is a demon altar. You want to keep one of those nearby, but you cannot destroy them, and if you try to, you'll lose, I believe it's half your health each hit. So it's good just to wait till you need them and just have one nearby that you can use. If there's a wall behind you, you can build blocks just straight off. It helps when you're trying to climb up somewhere you've fallen down underground. Okay, I gotta get back to my house. Okay. That's why it's always good to make a path that you can actually get back from, and not just 4 places. Otherwise you'll be stuck in trying to get back to your house in the middle of the night. Okay, remember to close your doors, because I haven't walled these up yet. Okay, if you could escape, and you can go back, and because you have gel now, 1 gel and a piece of wood make a torch. So I make 9. Okay, I'll place some. To be classified as a house, you need a light source, a wall, a back wall, and to be surrounded by other walls. It's a pretty simple concept. Just takes a while to build a decent house. Oh, ran out of wood wool. A bit more should do me. There. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the process of collecting items to make a bed, but we're probably just going to have to wait for the night to pass, because at this time it's a bit dangerous to be going out. But because I have a chest, I'll just plant this and put stuff that I'm not going to need anytime now or close in the future. Okay, see these cobwebs? you're going to need 50 of these. So that's the first thing we're going to look for. And then we're going to need iron to make the machines to be able to make a bed. Keep these with me because I give health. Dirt, wall, copper sticks. Okay. Okay, I don't recommend going out at night time, but I don't want this let's play to go for hours and hours on end, so I'll just go out at night time. Okay, this is that tunnel that we found earlier. Now, if you have your glow stick selected, you'll be holding one, so you can see. Now, if you just place one on the wall, glow sticks are different to torches. You can't just place a glow stick into a wall or anything like that. You just throw them. So you just throw a couple around. Go down this tunnel. Now getting down here will take a while, and try to build a path that you can follow back up. Otherwise, you're going to be stranded. This tunnel that I've spawned near actually isn't that deep. So I don't think I'm going to find much cobweb in here. Okay. Now, you're going to need stone to make arrows and other sorts of things, so it's always good to have a bit of all types of minerals in case you come across something you need to build with it. Okay. Yes, you see this orange looking stone that's like this normal stone but is orange? That is copper. You're going to need that to make the first armor set. See these? Copper pickaxe, copper sword, copper large copper axe. They're all made of copper. So really you don't need much copper to build the first set of weapons because you already have it. Okay, so we are still looking for cobweb. See these bunnies? They don't do anything, and they have 5 health. You don't really have to kill them, but it's fun. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go back to our game. You see how it's nighttime? This is why nighttime is such a dangerous time. Zombies with 45 health. But one of the perks of nighttime is this fallen star over here. That's you're going to need for mana and to make magical items. Now, is there any more? Okay, there's no cobweb in there. Now, since it's just let's play and I'll probably finish it soon, I'm just going to evade the zombies and try and look for some more cobweb while I'm at it. Okay. This is probably going to kill me, right? Okay, there's very little chance I'm actually going to be able to get back to my house, but it's just a let's play. Don't really need to get back to my house. Alright, if you can see this, this is another one of the dangers for being out at night time. A demon eye. They'll drop lenses which you're going to need to make. Nothing much really. Just something you need to summon one of the bosses. So collecting them early on is always a good thing to do. See how I found potions? I found them in the chests I had opened up. It's always good to have a couple of potions on you, and usually you'll find them in chests. Okay, see this off-coloured stone? That's different than normal stone. This is iron ore. This is one of the key elements in the entire game. If you ever see any, you should probably stop to harvest it. Cobweb, that's just what we need. Okay. Now the main elements of making a bed are cobweb and iron. Okay. Oh, don't drop that. Is this iron in here? Nope. Okay. Okay. Get back to here. Loot all. Oh, cool. Found 9 iron bars. Okay. The best way to get around is to jump and then place a platform underneath your feet. Just click underneath your feet. Takes a bit of effort, and I don't recommend using sand because it'll hurt you every time you do it, which will eventually cause you to die. Okay. 1 star. Stick. This is why making a bed is such a long ordeal, because you've got to find all the cobweb and all the iron. It takes a little while, but you only really need 1 bed. Okay. Copper. Coin. Potion. Now let's see if there's any slime. Let's see if there's any cobweb in here. Oh, okay. This is an equipable item. Increases movement speed, +1 to damage. You just drag it over here to accessories, put it in, and then, oh, I have 2 of them. Put that on 2. Oh, you can only wear 1 of these at a time. And they just increase things. Throughout the game, you'll find more and more important ones that you'll like to keep. Okay, this is where we find more difficult enemies. A red slime. They're just a harder version of the green slime. Okay, you see this gold stuff over here? Just as the name I just said implies, it's gold. It's very valuable, but there's very little uses for it except for gold weapons and gold armor. And this is silver, which is the same thing as gold, only used for weapons and armor. The one we're really looking for is iron ore, the most important mineral in the game. Oh, that's iron ore. Okay, as you can see, that's just one of my friends playing a different game. Because you can actually go online and play co-op. Okay. How much iron ore do I have? Quite a bit. To get home, I'm probably just going to have to die, because I've gone too far without building a track back. But occasionally you just have to die. Try to avoid it, but climbing all the way back up a deep tunnel is not always the funnest thing. Okay, more iron ore. Okay, well I'm just going to die now so I can show you. Now, when you die, you lose all the coin, well, half the coin you have, and it'll stay where you've died, along with one of your graves. But, I don't really have much coin. So I'm just going to die to show you what you should be building. Death. Better. Finding it very difficult to die. Oh, you see that glowing blue stuff? That's demonite. You're also going to need that later in the game. It's just another mineral. Okay, death. These are stone. These are mushrooms that you can use to make health potions, but you're gonna need to be, well, further along in the game. Ooh, looks like I spawn. Okay, if you spawn in a place like in a place that your house is built or you put dirt, you'll destroy it. That's why you need to build a bed. Otherwise, you're going to be doing this, repairing your house all the time. Not that fun. Okay, now we got a table, and as you can see, we have the ability to build an iron anvil. Now, this is the first thing you're going to need to build. It's a very important tool, yeah, which gives you the ability to build other things out of iron, like iron weapons, and iron chain. You're going to need 3 iron chain and I think it's a couple of iron ore to be able to build a saw mill, so that way you can continue on in the game. So I'll just build 3 of these. Now I'm going to have to find the guide so I can show you something else. Oh, okay, something else you might want to know. If you want to give a room to a person, it's just got to be big enough for them and have 2 pieces of furniture. Easiest 2 pieces of furniture in the world. A chair and a table. Okay, put it in here. The chair will face whatever direction you were standing in. So I'll put that there. See how the flag appeared right here? That means he's now living in that room. Okay, which means when he dies, that's where he's going to respawn. But I want to find him now. I believe he went down there. Here he is. Okay. You just right click on him and click crafting. He'll show you what you can make, or what you really should be making. See, and if you put something like cobwebs in here, he'll show you what you can make out of it. Cobweb plus 40 cobwebs plus 40 bones equals that. 10 cobwebs equals a piece of silk. 5 pieces of silk are what you're going to need for a bed. Okay, if we put the iron chain in here, here you go, your sawmill. Now you're going to need this to be able to create the next piece of material, which is a lathe. This is one of the most helpful tools in the game. Grab a look. Okay, as you can see, I still need 2 iron bars as well, which I should be able to make. So I'll make a sawmill. Okay. As you can see, that this game is very time consuming, but once you get going, it's a lot of fun. Okay, go to the iron anvil. Oh, I need a furnace. Now, furnaces are what you use to turn iron ore, which is what you mine, into iron bars, which is what you use. So you pretty much need an anvil, a furnace for, well, everything. Okay, now, I think a furnace is made out of stone. Yes, see? Furnace made out of stone. 20 stone. That's why it hasn't offered it to me, because I don't have enough stone. Okay. So, just to harvest some more stone. Okay, we'll go this way. Oh, 3 pieces of stone right here. Stone. Stone. Okay, now I have more than 20 pieces of stone. Now you've got a furnace. And now we can turn iron ore into iron bars. We'll do that to all of it. Now we go to the anvil. Up. Oh, that a bench. And if you go to the bench, you can build your sawmill. Okay, you put the sawmill over here. I'm obviously going to need some more room because I don't have enough room for everything. Okay, at the sawmill you can build your loom. Loom is another important tool. Just put that in his room. Looks like we have to move some furniture around. Okay, we just move this table into his room because it's smaller. Put the loom here. Okay. Now, to do this, you're going to need 50 pieces of silk. Okay, so I mean 5 pieces of silk, which is 50 cobwebs. Cobwebs slow your fall, as you can see. So occasionally you can use them to stop yourself from dying, something like that. Okay, back up here. Now we have more than 10 pieces. So silk. Okay, 1 piece of silk, because that's all the cobweb we've got. Actually, 9 more. Okay, that's 2 pieces of silk. So you only need 3 more. We probably I probably won't find that in the next 10 minutes. It's quite a hard thing to do. The cobweb is almost the hardest thing to find. Mainly because it just takes so much time. But I'll show you. I'll make a bed. Down here. Okay, something else about glow sticks. You can use glow sticks underwater. You can't use torches underwater. They just don't work. Okay. This should actually be enough cobweb. I need 30 pieces. Nice. Enough cobweb. Okay then. It's actually very quick. Last time I did this took forever. Okay. Back out. Oh, we have to get back home. Okay. Bunny's in the way. You can see it's starting to get dark again. Daytime only lasts 15 minutes. Okay. Back to the house. Okay, now we go back to the loom. Okay, 3 more pieces of this. And now, go to the bench. Oh, not the bench, okay. I have to go consult the guide about this to make sure I have all the right stuff. Okay. Whoever not know anything, as long as you know one piece of material that a certain thing uses, you can work out what you need to do with it. See, 5 pieces of silk for a bed. Bed. You need to do it at the sawmill. Okay. That's what I'm missing. Oh, don't lose my 5 pieces of silk. Okay. Okay. Sawmill. And we have a bed. Okay, you might have just noticed, but I'm not going to have enough room to put my bed anywhere. So, looks like I have to make another room. Now, instead of building a house with more rooms lengthways, you can build up. So you just make a bunch of wood platforms. Cut your... Now, this is why we built it two blocks higher than yourself, because that is pretty much the amount you can jump up. Okay. Now, at this point in time, you got to watch out for enemies, because they could come through this gap and, well, kill you. So it's very dangerous to be building at night. Okay. Let me just build a complete replica of this house. Cross. Oh. Okay. Now I'm going to need a ton of wall to do this up with. And door, so I need 2 doors and a lot of wood wall. If you really want to, you could go stone wall or dirt wall, but you know, just depends on what you like. Okay, now we'll just flank it up. I like to fill in between the blocks, like you might think this is done, but really there's another block in there that you've got to fill in. I just feel safer with that done up. You see I've left the front door open? That means there's a chance that a zombie could walk in. But because I'm on a platform like this, it's harder for them to do it. When you run out of building material, it'll swap to the next item. That's what just happened and planted some dirt. Okay. I want to put my doors in. Oh, right click throws items, of course, so. You just gotta right click on doors to open them. And I want to stone wall my room up. At least as much of it as I can. See? How you can get different looks with different walls. Just finish it off with leftover wood wall. Enough of it. There. Okay, then whichever way you're facing, the bed's gonna face. So I'll face away from a wall, and then plant my bed, and you'd face away from a wall. Okay, then you just gotta right click on it, and you'll have this little yellow line here saying spawn point set, which means that is where if you die, you will respawn. Okay. Okay, so this has been a let's play of Terraria. Day 1, 2 showing you what you should do and how to get a bed and all the buildings stations you need to make by Steve from Pixelated Games. So please subscribe and comment on what let's plays you would want me to do next. Also watch our other videos and well, have fun.